And this is nice because I think that this is really what it's about. Things have become, over time, so complicated that we forget. It's about being together. It starts, not just drawing a crowd, but being together. So over the past few months, Lisa and I have been talking, and I've talked with Steve and Phil and Jesse. I spoke with Art too, a little bit. And over the past few months, it's really become obvious to us and pretty difficult to deny that really we are, our insides are just really drawn to house. We just haven't been able to get past the pull. And my heart has always been set on that community. Just like everyone here is set on their community as well. And we live in Counts, but we also were part of that church plant in Counts before we came here. And so we've just been trying to work through that one way or another. But it finally came to a point where, and I was at our granddaughter's program, her spring program, where I was talking with the superintendent of the schools. And we were just going back and forth a little bit. But then the conversation got serious about some things. And after we were finished, it was just like I remembered. How important it always was for me to be a person who is involved in that community in a way that my grandchildren would have things growing in their lives because of how we lived and connected and were a part of that community. And over the past 3 years, because it'll be 3 years Father's Day since we've been here, how that hasn't happened. And trust me, I went through all of my Kevin excuses. But there's something just about not being there. And so we really feel that it's just that time that we go back to house. We love everybody here for sharing our family. I mean, Andy, we were almost. If I ask you 3 times, guess what? It's buying me a Christmas card. And we want to stay connected, but we have to be involved in counts. And I know that church isn't just a Sunday thing or a place you go, but we've got to get back to that community, and that's a big part. So we're going to go. We've attended Mulberry a few times. We have no intention of being leadership, but we need to find our ability to have more involvement, and not just a venue, but an open door. I live in my house and it's unfinished, and it bothers me every day. But I go to Counts, that scripture about look at the fields are ripe and ready. And I sit there so much of the time. And that bothers me. It's just got to the point now where that's what we're doing. So I asked if we could talk to everybody, because the thing is the worst thing in the world is just to disappear. And that's not right. And that doesn't respect the way you guys have loved. And so I wanted to be able to get up here and So, 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 starting next Sunday, we'll be at in Counts. Now, if you guys have events with really good food, make sure you let us know. That's the bad joke. Okay, so we will. So, I'm not sure if I should. Do you guys have any questions? Anything? Just a question? Because I want to share. I want to share something with you guys, real quick. Because I don't just want to say we're leaving. It was nice. There's a scripture in 2 Corinthians 12:9, and I'll just read the scripture. It's out of the Message Bible. It says, "My grace is enough for you need. My strength comes into its own in your weakness." Once I heard that, I was glad to let it happen. I quit focusing on the handicap and began appreciating the gift. It was a case of Christ's strength moving in on my weakness. So now this is me being grateful. When I came here, I had expectations. Some of you might have had expectations. I don't know. Let me tell you how I live my life. I have lived my life strong. I have relied on my strengths. I've met everything being the strongest person as possible. 25 years of ministry, I met everything with whatever strength I had. Be it emotional, physical, whatever. I tried to meet as a strong person. And when we came here, I remember thinking, I'm going to go in strong. And then I started being a part of it, and I realized I'm not strong. I've denied my weaknesses my whole life, right? And so I come in here, and I thought, you need to bring your strength because that's what's needed. You need to bring your strength because that's what's needed. And it didn't take long till I realized I was not strong enough at all to meet it. That emotionally, I was completely burned out. After 25 years of pastoring, I was emotionally hurt. I didn't have the capacity to meet anybody where they were. Physically, oh my Lord. Physically, I pushed through everything in my life. Broken back, cut my fingers, shot myself in the eye, just all this stuff, it just kept going. I got here, guess what? Tired. I thought, man. I've always been able to talk. I've always been able to communicate. I get here, Billy, I can't put two words together when I try to preach. And that killed me. Because I was always strong in my ability to connect with somebody and communicate. And all of a sudden, I can't communicate. And I felt so guilty for 2 years because all I thought was, I brought them a worn-out, tired guy that can't communicate, who just broke. And it bothered me. Until about just maybe a couple months ago. And I realized that was the problem. That I've been strong way too long. And that scripture hit me hard because the one thing I've learned here is I've been able to give you guys my weakness. You know what you guys have given me back? Grace. I told Jesse immediately, well, it took me about a year. I finally said, I can't come to this many meetings. You guys meet a lot. I can't do that many meetings. I think we have meetings about having meetings. That's what I thought in my head. It wasn't. But I'm tired. I'm going to come cover the travel month. I said, okay? Yeah, that's okay. First, I couldn't even do that. And I started missing meetings because guess what? I was just too tired. But you know what? Somebody gave me a hard time. People still embrace me. Then it was, you know what? I really can't preach anymore. I can't put a sermon together anymore. That's okay. You don't have to preach. Well, you know what? Everything you guys asked me to do, I haven't been able to do because I really have to work. Well, that's okay. guys just stay connected. And the grace just kept coming. And I had to become familiar with, accept, and be able to deal with weakness. But I think that the reality is in weakness, that's where you find the glory. That's where you find the greatness of who He is. That's where you find the reality of who He is. And that's where real connections happen. And so that's been the one thing that after these 2 to 3 years I realized is you guys have, because I looked up some other scripture about the way I was feeling, but what Karen said, that I was able to come in here and find a hiding place. That sounds so opposite of what a person should be doing. But that's what my family needed. And it's not like we're done hiding, we're leaving. It's not that at all, because they're still going to need to walk out this understanding of grace, and I'm going to have to keep growing in it and all this stuff. But that's been the biggest thing that I came away with was I brought you guys my weaknesses, and you guys shared your strength, shared your love, shared your connection with us, and I appreciate that so much. Somebody said, "What did you learn in English Lake?" Now I hope this comes out right. I said I learned I had the ability to say no, and it would be okay, because I never did that. I used to scrub the church floors at 6 o'clock in the morning before church started every Sunday because I couldn't say no. And I wonder how you get burned out. You know what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. So, starting next week, Lisa, Faith, and I will be back in Counts. We're going to be serving and finding out just how we fit into everything and trying to follow the leadings that He gives us and how to reconnect with community and be a part. And but I won't talk too much. But still knowing, and I hope that we still have good connections here with each other. Because I think if we were to not be honest with where we're at now, we wouldn't have anything going forward in it. So that's what I have to share. I hope I shared that right.
Lisa, Faith, would you guys mind coming up here? And I'm just going to ask just whoever wants to just come up and gather around these guys. And we're just going to pray for them here for a bit. The more I think about this, the more excited I am, actually. Not that I'm excited, I believe, but just a little bit. But, obviously, selfishly, people like this you want in your corner and on your team, and, not that you're not anymore, but you want them around, right? But then just thinking about the fact that we get to get you guys back to the community of Cal's where you are planted, and I've said this to you multiple times, but the idea of you guys kind of feel like you're living a bit in limbo and living in Cal's, but trying to be invested here and just feeling this pull, and you guys being able to fully dive in where you're at in Cal's, and just thinking about what a blessing you're going to be to so many people there, and the purposes that God has for you there. It just makes me really, really happy, really excited, and that's what you do with a gift. You guys are a gift. We have been so blessed by you guys the last few years. Like, you have been invaluable to this family. The joy of a gift is that you get to give it.